1. The reckless chariot ride of Phaëton. Phaëton, arrogant and proud of his supposed divine heritage, couldn't tolerate being called out by Epaphus, the grandson of Inachus. Epaphus had mocked Phaëton's claims of being the son of the sun god, Phoebus. Feeling ashamed and resentful, Phaëton confided in his mother, Clymene. "Even though I'm a strong and free young man," he lamented, "I kept silent in the face of those insults. It's humiliating that such accusations can be made, and even worse that we can't refute them. Mother, if I am truly of divine descent, please give me some proof. Show me a sign of noble lineage, claim me as one of the heavens." He wrapped his arms around Clymene, pleading with her by his own head, by the life of his stepfather Merops, and by the wedding torches of his sisters. He demanded some token to verify his true father. Clymene, torn between anger at the accusations and her love for Phaëton, raised her arms towards the heavens. Looking directly at the sun, she swore, "Sun, I swear to you by this radiant beam of light, that watches and sees all, that you, yes you, are the son of this very sun you behold. This sun, the ruler of the world, is your father. If I lie, may he deny me his sight forever, and may this light be the last I ever see. It won't be a difficult journey for you to visit your father's dwelling. His home, where he rises each day, is near our land. If you truly wish, go forth and ask him yourself." Phaëton immediately springs forth, overjoyed, upon hearing his mother's words. He imagines himself reaching the skies. He envisions passing by his fellow Ethiopians and the Indians who live under the intense rays of the sun. Briskly, he makes his way to meet his father at the sunrise. The sun's palace stood tall on majestic columns, gleaming with radiant gold and carbuncle that rivaled flames. Its highest point was adorned with polished ivory, while its double folding doors shone with the brightness of silver. The craftsmanship surpassed the material. Within, Mulcaber had intricately carved the sea encircling the earth, along with depictions of the earth itself and the heavens above. The waves depicted azure deities like Triton with his shell, Proteus in his ever-changing form, and Aegeon embracing whales. Doris and her daughters were also depicted, some swimming and others drying their green hair on the bank or borne upon fishes. Though their features were not identical, they bore a familial resemblance. The earth below featured men, cities, woods, wild beasts, rivers, nymphs, and other deities of the land, all beneath the figure of the shining heavens. The doors bore 6 signs of the zodiac each. Upon arriving via an ascending path and entering his doubted parents' house, Clymene's son immediately sought out his father's presence, though he stood at a distance, unable to bear the brilliance any closer. Phoebus, clad in purple, sat on a throne adorned with brilliant emeralds. Days, months, years, ages, and hours were arranged on both sides, with spring crowned in blossoms, summer adorned with ears of corn, autumn with crushed grapes, and winter with his hoary hair. From his vantage point within the palace, the sun, with his all-seeing eyes, observes the young man struck with awe by the grandeur of the surroundings. Addressing him, he says, "What brings you to my abode, Phaëton? Why do you seek entry into my palace, you, a son who cannot be denied by his parent?" Phaëton replies, "O, radiant light of the boundless universe, Phoebus, if I may call you father, and if Clymene speaks the truth, grant me, my parent, a sign by which I may truly be recognized as your offspring, and dispel this doubt from my mind." At these words, the sun removes the rays that surround his head and bids Phaëton to approach. Embracing him, he declares, "You are indeed not unworthy to be acknowledged as my son, and Clymene has spoken truthfully of your origin. To ease your doubt, ask any gift you desire, and it shall be granted by me. Let the unseen lake, by which the gods swear, bear witness to my pledge." Hardly had Phaëton finished speaking when he boldly requested his father's chariot and the reins of the wing-footed horses for just one day. Apollo, regretting his hasty oath, shook his radiant head in dismay and exclaimed, "By my own rash words, I have placed myself in a difficult position. I wish I could retract what I have promised. My son, I must admit, this is one request I wish to deny you. Your desire is fraught with danger and far exceeds your strength and youthful capabilities. You are mortal, Phaëton, and what you seek is beyond mortal bounds. You aspire to attain even more than the gods themselves. Only I, the sun, can withstand the fiery chariot's mighty axle. Even mighty Zeus, the ruler of Olympus, cannot control its course. The journey ahead is treacherous, with steep ascents, perilous heights, and steep descents. Tethys herself, who cradles me in her waves, fears for my safety as I traverse the heavens. The skies whirl with constant rotation, carrying the stars in their wake. Could you, Phaëton, navigate against this relentless motion? The path ahead is fraught with dangers, from wild beasts to celestial obstacles. The fiery steeds, fueled by their inner flames, are difficult to control once roused. Take heed, my son, lest I become the unwitting harbinger of your downfall. I implore you to reconsider your request. If you seek proof of your lineage, look no further than my paternal concern for your safety. I offer you my watchful care as evidence of our kinship. Look around you at the boundless wonders of the world and ask for anything but this perilous task. I swear by the Stygian waves that whatever you desire shall be yours, but choose wisely, my son. Having delivered his warnings, Apollo's counsel fell on deaf ears as Phaëton persisted in his fervent desire for the chariot. Reluctantly, Apollo led his son to the majestic chariot crafted by Hephaestus. Its axletree, poles, and wheels gleamed with gold and silver, adorned with precious gems that shimmered in the sunlight. As Phaëton marveled at the craftsmanship, dawn approached, and Aurora, in her rosy splendor, opened the gates of morning. The stars faded as Lucifer, the morning star, made his departure from the celestial stage. Observing the signs of dawn, Apollo commanded the swift hours to harness the fiery steeds, fueled by ambrosia, to the chariot. With a touch of divine medicine, Apollo fortified Phaëton's face against the scorching flames and crowned him with rays. With a heavy heart, Apollo imparted his final instructions to his son, urging him to exercise caution and restraint. He advised Phaëton to follow a specific path, avoiding extremes in altitude to prevent catastrophic consequences for both heaven and earth. As Apollo spoke, night receded, and the dawn of a new day beckoned. Time pressed on, and Apollo was compelled to depart. With a final plea for Phaëton to heed his advice, Apollo relinquished the reins to his son, hoping against hope that fortune would favor him. With the moist night touching the western shores and dawn's light breaking forth, Apollo had no choice but to depart. He left Phaëton standing on solid ground, urging him to reconsider his reckless pursuit of the chariot before it was too late.